And I don't know why that term is so widely popular. I watch it for the foolery. I watch it to kind of get a sense of what's going on out here in the dating world. It gives me a good laugh at times. Other times I just shake my head. And I don't know if all of it is authentic. I don't know if there's some scripted parts to it. Sometimes it seems like people are only on there to get their social media handles out there to the public. Dave Chappelle did a skit on it a couple weeks ago, and that's all it takes. Welcome to the channel. This is Can I Be Earnest, back with another video. To all the new viewers and subscribers, I'd like to welcome you. This is a channel where I typically have unconventional takes on life, current events, hot topics, just give a different perspective than what you may find elsewhere. I want to touch on this dating show phenomenon, Pop the Balloon. There are various versions of this show throughout social media, but the one in particular involves the host Arlette and her husband BM. This show has me by the other than the entertainment aspect, it gives me a good feel or sense of what this dating world is like in 2025. And it's scary, to say the least. So one thing in particular about this show that I'm noticing, a trend that has really picked up some steam, are these buzzwords: entrepreneur and generational wealth. These are buzzwords that are all the rage over the last, I'd say, 5 to 10 years. Everyone is an entrepreneur on this show. No one's proud to just say I work a 9 to 5 and I go home. There's got to be more. Now, I'm all for entrepreneurship, all for it. Anything that involves detaching yourself from the matrix that we're in, this system, this web of just working and not getting much for your hard efforts. I'm all for it. So if it means running a business, so be it. But a lot of people have to list that in addition to their occupation. So for example, if somebody goes on there and says, hey, I'm a nurse. Why isn't a nurse enough? There was once a time with any mention of a high profile job, like say in the medical field, that would suffice. Oh, that person's doing well for themselves. But now you have to say I'm a nurse and I'm an entrepreneur. And I don't understand when or why that trend has caught on. I don't know if social media spearhead this whole boss obsession, but I don't remember a time in history where everyone touted themselves bosses. Again, what's wrong with just saying, hey, listen, I work as a bank teller? You don't have to, you could be a bank teller and be rich. Rich is all subjective anyway, but who's to say the bank teller who might make, $16 an hour? Who's to say that bank teller doesn't have an 800 credit score and tens of thousands saved up in their bank account? Who's to say? No debt to speak of, car note paid off, no child support, no alimony. Who's to say that person's not doing well? But it just seems like every contestant on that show is an entrepreneur. I watched an episode recently where a guy basically called out one of the women and said, basically, you have no job.
So what about your career goals? Like your career, what are you doing for work right now?
So I'm a braider and loctician. I have a hat business with my dad. And my next journey is becoming a fitness trainer.
So you don't have a 9 to 5?
The hat business is like my 9 to 5.
I'm saying, do you have like a real job where you get a W-2 from?
The hat business, strong wool, yes.
You get a W-2 from there?
I do. I'm a contractor, but yeah.
So do you get a W-2 though?
It's a 1099.
1099 for all of us who have once, been business owners, small business owners. It's a contractor's version of a W-2. And there's nothing wrong with it. I had a 1099, when I was doing my book 7 years ago. I could have touted myself a small-time business owner when I was selling books off my website. But the reason I shied away from it is because the profit wasn't substantial enough. I didn't earn enough with my book selling to just leech off that. So I don't really consider myself an entrepreneur. Was I a small-time business owner? Was I handing out merchandise and business cards and running a website? Yeah. Was it paying my bills? No. So I don't mention it. And I think a lot of people are so caught up in the status of their job title now where they miss the point. When you're a business owner, that's it. That's not saying you can't run multiple businesses, but that should be enough. If I'm in the medical field or if I'm a manager of a sneaker store, you know, the title itself was enough at one point. If I say I'm a manager at Foot Locker, a regional manager at Foot Locker, you can do your Googles and figure out my salary. But I shouldn't have to win you over. I shouldn't have to also tell you that I'm a business owner, because now you're worried about generational wealth. And that, listen, I'm all for it, but everyone can't be a boss. It's not for everybody. I won't take a show like that seriously, or just this generation seriously, until somebody can just say, listen, I work at a warehouse. I work overnights, 12 to 8. I'm a cherry picker at a warehouse. If that doesn't get you, if you can't wow the contestant with charm and looks, then you know, she's not for you, or he's not for you. But the job status, people are using these long, elaborate job titles to kind of just, you know, thump their chest a little bit. Yeah, look at me. And I don't know a time in history when that was even important. Why is that important now? Is social media the reason why everyone is a self-proclaimed boss? If you do hair or you work at a nail salon, be proud of that. Don't mention that you're an entrepreneur because you sell lashes on Instagram. Is that really a boss? Could you sell eyelashes? Or if you're a dude and you work in corporate, you know, and you sell, I don't know, and you're in the music business, but only have about 500 streams. Don't tell people you're in the music business. That's a hobby. You're not getting paid enough to tout yourself as a music mogul. And I've seen people on that show, hey, listen, yeah, I make music. You know, you can find me on this, da. And, you know, they don't have the streams. So it's basically a hobby until it becomes something. But I just think right now, those words, entrepreneurship and generational wealth, has taken the generation by storm, because everybody wants that. But not everybody's going to have generational wealth and pass money on to their kids. Because you're selling lashes on IG, I don't know if that's generational wealth. I don't think people are proud of just having a job anymore. And maybe it could be because of inflation, or again, just perception. You want to look bigger than what you really are. Again, I've worked 9 to 5 most of my life, and I'm a published author. I don't talk about the writing part too much because that hasn't put me at a plateau yet. When people find out, they're blown away. Oh, you've written books before. But it's not enough for me to just like brag about it. I think a lot of people are caught up in the bragging part. If you're running a barbershop, you're an entrepreneur. You're running a nail tech spot or whatever. You're doing whatever you do and you're making profit, and it's enough profit to get you out of the red. You're doing your thing. But a little couple $100 here and there, you know, every month because you're selling whatever, is that enough to be a boss if your primary job is the one that's paying your bills?
Every block a dime piece, dope boy, a fiend. Eyes scarred, riding along fast cars. Mind racing like NASCAR. Red top saturating the asphalt.